So now we're going to be working on the backup. So I've got the little bit bigger target so it's easier for him to see, and he's taking really
Good
nice,
job.
clear, energetic steps backwards, and he's doing more of those steps as well. So the last time you saw him, I think he was taking like 2 steps back, and they were kind of just like, kind of all back up, but not really.
Okay.
So I've really been working on that and just like slowly building up the amount of steps he can take
Good
back and the
job,
energy in
buddy.
which he does it. And then I'm paying him well for it as well. So just increasing that value of reinforcement for that backup so that he's more motivated to do that behavior.
Okay.
And then making sure he can clearly see that target. It's giving me good backup steps.
Very
Very nice. So
good.
really right now I'm
Awesome.
focusing on building up like good 5, 6 steps in the backup with the target. And then later I'll add that cue like you saw before where I was just doing like a hand cue, and then I can start doing it like that.
Good
So now I'm just reviewing
boy.
the hip toward. So we're kind of in the same place there. He's really like plateaued with that. We're just kind of stuck where we're at. So this looks
Yeah,
better.
good job.
He's not really using the rope as much. But yeah, it's kind of like, okay, we'll use rope sometimes, and then sometimes he gets it and he'll just go off of the hand cue. So I'm really trying to get it to where he's just going off of that hand cue, and then I need to start
Okay.
adding that, move my hip toward my hand and then move his shoulders toward my hand. See,
This
he's
way.
confusing and he's going the other way. I need to show him the answer with the rope,
This way.
and there he
Good.
goes. And then again, I want him to
Yeah,
stop.
doing a whole
So
spin. Come here.
he's
Very
giving
good.
me some nice steps there, but he wanted to spin all the way around. So we
Yep.
kind of have that same issue we had before. And I'm just going to ignore it, try
Yep.
again. And I want to click right
Right
here
here.
where he's kind of stepping and then stopping as he touches my hand. So again, I don't want that spin all the way around movement. I just want take a step, touch my hand, get a click, and that
Yep.
ends the behavior there where he's stopping and not just spinning around.
Yeah, good
So that
boy.
was decent. I don't really care if he steps away from me afterward too much. Again, I don't want that to be a habit, but I'm okay with him kind of moving a little bit
Oh,
after the behavior as
good
long as
job.
he's doing it correctly. Um, but I need to be just more careful and more specific again on what I'm reinforcing as far as his hips moving to me. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a break here to chew. So work on that hip toward on the other way. So he's probably kind of going off of just that, like putting the rope over his back, which again, I don't want. I should probably put the rope over him, kind of wait, hang out, pet on him or something, and then do my hand cue because I do need the rope, but I don't want the placing the rope over his back to become a cue because I do want to do this behavior without that rope. That is the goal. So I do have to be careful with that. If he wants to offer it, I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm going to start cueing it. So he was thinking about swinging his hips over. So I'm going to bring my hand there so that he can come and touch it. So if he's offering it, I'm going to use that anticipation and start cueing it so you have it. And then this is kind of him just kind of walking off. So I'm just going to bring him back because that wasn't really a clear hip over cue. It was just him kind of wandering away. Same thing here. I'm like, whoa, no, we're going to stop. We're going to work on just that hip toward, not that direction. He wants to touch my camera. No. We're going to back him up and try again. So I'm going to set him up. There we go. Good steps over. And I should have had my hand there to catch him there because he actually took some good steps over. So I missed that opportunity to reinforce him. So that was my fault. Because now he's like, oh, we'll go forward and see how like he could get confused. I need to reinforce that. See, I'm doing too many times without reinforcing. That's where I'm going to end up getting in a different behaviors where I get those forward steps because he's like, well, I've stepped my hips over twice and I didn't get reinforced. So I must be doing something wrong. So see how he's moving forward instead of doing his hip over? I shouldn't be reinforcing that. So for him, he needs a little bit of reinforcement when he's doing it correctly. When he really does it correctly, he needs a lot more reinforcement. So he's kind of on the right track and then definitely doing it because when he doesn't get reinforced at all, he just stops trying or he tries a different behavior altogether. And that's not what we want.